We're going to start today by playing a game called What's on Deuce's Lap. Time for the reveal. Look at this guy. Oh, Carlin! Carlin, are you so happy? He's very happy because Dad is home. After the California Classic is now over. All right, Carlin, get down. There you go. 3 days of basketball. In the books, the Kings finished the California Classic 3-0 after beating the Bucks tonight, 95-89. We saw Braden Burries make his Bucks debut. We also saw Darius Acuff play tonight. He was back in the lineup with Nique Clifford and Dylan Cardwell. Let's get to some takeaways. I'm going to begin with Darius Acuff Jr. playing his second Summer League game. Much more efficient in this one. He had 22 points on 7 of 19 shooting. He was 4 of 9 from 3, including a big one late. He had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, and 2 blocks. So what did we see out of him? Well, I think one of the first takeaways watching him 2 games in is, damn, these teams are like, we're going to put bigger guys on him. We're picking him up. When he's coming off screens, we're showing too. We're getting the ball out of his hands. And I think this is so good for him to see this early on, because it's going to be a similar thing at the NBA level, right? With how dangerous he is. He's got a really, really great ability to break down a defense, get into the paint. And I think tonight you saw it in display with some of the passes he was able to make, the skip passes, the pocket passes. He threw some lobs that were off target tonight. I think part of that too is, getting used to guys you just started playing with. I mean, most of the guys he's playing with right now, he didn't know a week and a half ago. So, he's shown the ability to be a good lob guy at the college level. And I imagine once he builds some chemistry with some of the bigs and other players, he'll know the timing, he'll know where they like it, etc. I also thought from an offensive standpoint, it can get clunky in the summer league. You get 2 practices with these guys you've never played with, then you're playing games. And a lot of times the defense is ahead of the offense, right? So the timing when screens are set can be a little off in the early stages of summer league while they start getting used to each other, the guard and the big. Anyway, I thought tonight he came out and he was very patient. He got to his spots, hitting the mid-range shot, coming off a Cardwell screen and knocking down a 3. And then the passing, as I mentioned, he had a couple of skip passes tonight where it was just beautiful. Coming off a screen, getting into the paint, boom, one-hand pass, skip pass to the corner. Even late in this game tonight, it's just his ability to read the game the right way. Like, hey, pick and roll situation. He gets into the paint. The pass isn't there. He sees how the defense is shifting over. He knows somebody's open, and he finds the right guy on the perimeter. I think his playmaking is going to be an incredible tool for this team because his decision-making with the ball is at a top-tier level. I think some of the things I'm interested in with him going forward in the Summer League is how he's going to be adjusting to some of the size and length he's going to see in the NBA. And it's not just, who's picking him up on ball. It's also attacking. He's gotten his shot blocked a few times here in the Summer League, and it's getting used to this NBA length. There's a lot of size at the NBA level, even on the perimeter. Getting a shot blocked twice from 3-1 is a little bit of a surprise. Butler ran into the play and blocked the shot. It was a great play. The other one was on with Malik Lewis on him, who, has got some good length, 6'7", 6'8", and he blocked the 3-point attempt. He didn't create enough space between him and the defender to get the shot off. He had another time late in this game where it was the same scenario. And then he made the shot. So you're like, okay, well, maybe that's just, he needed to see it a couple of times and he'll get adjusted. This is what the Summer League is for. And so 2 games in, watching Acuff do his thing, I've been really impressed with how he's played. Like, yeah, do you want him to be more efficient? Sure. Yeah. But this is Summer League. Try shit out. Experiment. Right? Throw some passes, learn about how you're going to handle the different types of coverages that teams are going to throw your way. And I think he checked a lot of boxes. 2 games in. Yeah, I'm good with what I've seen. In fact, we did talk to him right after the game. Me and Mark Jones were on the broadcast and talked to Darius Acuff. And one of the things he had talked about was adjusting to the speed of the game.
I think from the start, I just slowed down a little bit. I think last game I was a little too rushed. Shot too many times. Went back to my high school ways a little bit. So I didn't like that. So I came out here with a little more poise and tried to get people involved more and just slowed the game down a little bit.
Oh, you went full cast tech on them, huh?
IMG more the cast. Or the family. AAU probably.
All right.
2 games in for you. Has there been anything that surprised you about this NBA game, at least at the summer league level?
Yeah, it's way more fast. You can see that from the start. Defense, you got to play hard every possession, I would say. Can't take no breaks on both hands. So I would say the pace is way more faster, and you got a lot more space in the NBA, so you get to do a little more, but you got to be smart with it.
In the 2 games that we've seen you play, Darius, here in Sacramento, saw a lot of length on defense. And then in the previous game against Brooklyn, man, they were handsy.
Yeah.
Bro, they could have dusted you for fingerprints and found hand marks all over you. You've seen a lot of different defenses, though. What's it take to work through the different types that you see?
Just being in the gym. I like the tough defenses. You need those nights. I like the bigger defenders. I like the stronger defenders. So that's just something I've been working on as I was a youngin with my pops. So just taking it all in, just trying to be better every game for sure and keep learning.
Curious to get your first impressions of these Kings fans playing in front of them. It's July. Yeah. They're into the game. It feels like a regular season game. What stood out to you about them? Yeah,
they support it, man. You hear a little ovation every time they call my name. So that's a little exciting for sure. But, they show love. Like I said, this the new crib for me. So I'm just embracing it.
Hey, what do you think when Dylan gets the crib all lit up?
That's deal. You got to go right with them. They come right with them every time. So it's great to see. Like I said, Dylan bring the most energy. So you love to see it.
All right, Darius, thanks a lot for joining us. And congratulations on the victory tonight as the Kings go 3-0. Hey, last thing, what would Senior say about the game tonight when you sit down and talk about it? What do you think he'd tell you?
He'd probably say I was a little better than last time. He'd probably say something about defense probably, but he'll probably say in the last actually he'll say something about my turnovers. I think I had about 4 of them.
The lobs, I guess.
Yeah, he'll probably say something about
that. You'll get that down. Hey, a couple of blocks tonight.
Yeah. Oh, how many?
2.
Let him know. Let Pops know about that.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on those. Darius, thanks again for joining us, man.
Appreciate you.
So when I watch him, I just see a player that I feel comfortable with the ball in his hands in late game situations. He's not scared to take the big shot, but he also can make the right reads. He just makes the right play. And so to have a guy that can knock down threes, that can break down his man, get into the paint, shift the defense, get him in rotation, and then make almost any pass out there, there is so much to like about Darius Acuff's game. And he's only 19 years old. He's 19. Just remember that. He has a lot of poise for a young player. With the turnovers tonight, I wasn't going to chirp about it too much. I felt like a few of them were off lobs, like I mentioned earlier. Defensively tonight, I saw more moments of him competing. He still is going to have problems getting hung up on screens. And I think the screen navigation element is something that's got to be worked on. But for a guy that, people said had like the worst defensive tape of all time, I mean, he made some defensive plays tonight. He had a great block after scoring on one end, and he had another block, a rear contest. He got beat a little bit, but got back in the play. He's got a 6'7" wingspan and knocked the ball away. So has it been perfect on that end? No, and I don't expect it to be. But the way I'm judging him defensively is, are you competing? Right? Are you in a defensive stance? Are you communicating? Are you playing good team defense? I think he checked some of those boxes, and you have to have realistic expectations. There's going to be a learning curve for him because he was not like coached defense last year. It was like, hey, go score the basketball, Darius Acuff. So those are some quick Acuff thoughts. Other things from this game, Marquel Sutton, 2 games in a row. You're always looking at guys that maybe are getting overlooked, right? And Sutton comes in out of LSU, 24 points, 6 rebounds. He's 4 of 8 from 3. The scoring, okay, I don't get caught up in scoring that much in summer league, right? Because guys can just knock down shots. I just feel like he's got good size, and I think he makes plays defensively. And you go, wait, you're 6'8". It looks like you've worked on that 3-point shot. You've been in the lab working on that. You're looking comfortable in catch and shoot opportunities, and you're getting some tough rebounds. I think he's played very composed out there. And so that's someone definitely to watch for Sacramento. Is he a guy that ends up in Stockton? You never know. And, I mentioned it to Mark Jones on the broadcast. Daquan Plowden had a good summer league. And what did that turn into? A two-way deal. Then that two-way deal eventually gets him an opportunity in Sacramento during a tough year. He does his thing out there, knocks down shots, good athlete, plays defense. And now he's got a 2-year deal in Sacramento. So in an era in the NBA where salary cap hell is a real thing, hell, the Kings are in it a little bit right now, finding some of those hidden gems that maybe were overlooked or had something with their game that teams are oh, he can't shoot, he can't do that they work on. Well, you bring them in your system, you develop them and see what they could turn into. But early on, I like what Sutton's brought to the table. Dylan Cardwell tonight, just typical Dylan Cardwell, 12 points, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks, 4 steals. I was listening to what he had to say after the game, and he said that this stretch for him in the summer league is about experimenting a little bit, trying things that maybe he's not totally comfortable with, working on his free throw, scoring in the paint. And then his big thing is I've got 10 fouls. I'm going to make them feel me. And he did that. He said after the game that he's not trying to let other teams punk us anymore. And I went, oh, that touched my heart, Dylan Cardwell. For Dylan, a couple of things. I think I might have mentioned after day 2 of the Classic, when he gets these offensive rebounds, he's really good at it sometimes, right? He needs to go up and dunk it on somebody's head. There's too many times he's looking to kick out. He's overthinking. And Dylan's at his best. Hell, I think any NBA player or any basketball player or actually any human being, if you're not thinking, you're just doing, you're just flowing. And I think when he gets the ball, sometimes there are moments where you see, oh, he's being decisive. And then it reverts back to maybe some of the stuff in the past. And he's just got to know you're a big dude. You make your presence felt defensively. You will challenge anything at the rim. You'll do anything to crash in there and get the rebound. Offensively, go dunk it on somebody's head when you get that offensive rebound. And yes, there's going to be tip out opportunities or, there's a good chance, hey, Cuff's open for 3. I'm going to get right to him. Okay, I get it. But look to score the ball. You got to be a threat out there. And hopefully we see more of that from Dylan Cardwell. I like him playing physical in the summer league. Because I mentioned you get the 10 fouls. Who cares? Get 6. He had 6 fouls tonight. But I thought he did a good job protecting the rim, battling. That was really, really fun to see for Sacramento. Nique Clifford, I thought some really strong defensive moments in this game. He only had 8 points, 6 rebounds, a couple assists. Didn't feel like he got a ton of opportunity in this game. But I want to see him continue to be a secondary playmaker on this team. He had a nice connection with Dylan Cardwell on a lob attempt. In addition, just be aggressive with the ball. And I think that's one of the areas of weakness he's had since his rookie year is he doesn't always look to score. I think he's a guy that likes to move the ball, which is a great thing. Hey, don't let the ball get sticky, especially with how sticky the damn ball was last year. But I want him to look for his a little more, especially in this summer league setting. Have the same mentality that Dylan has. Try some things, Go beat your man off the dribble and attack the basket, try to dunk on somebody too. I just want to see a little more aggressiveness from him on that front. Cool to see Precious Achiuwa in the building. Keegan Murray was in the building tonight. We also had some other Kings news. DeMar DeRozan officially waived by Sacramento. We don't know if they're going to stretch that contract out, and that would, stretch it over 3 seasons, that $10 million that they owe him. We'll find out. They've got, I guess, till the end of August to decide that. But that definitely opens up a little bit of money, gets them below the tax area. I mean, this team was about to be a second apron team. So they move off DeMar DeRozan. And I'm going to do a podcast with Morgan tomorrow, talk more California Classic and DeRozan. But my quick thoughts on Debo, the ultimate pro. And it's a shame it did not work out. Also kind of crazy that it was 2 years ago today, July 6th, when he came out and got that huge pop from the fans at Golden One Center when he's like, oh my God, got DeMar DeRozan, and then 2 years later, they waive him. It's wild.
But Debo was the ultimate pro. He came to a situation thinking he was going to help elevate a team, and then absolute chaos unfolded. Within a matter of months, Mike Brown's out, De'Aaron Fox is gone, and it just never, ever clicked for this team after that. He still had some great moments, some individual moments of scoring, his availability, just being a professional about how he went about his business. He was never pouting. He was a great teammate. All the young guys absolutely loved him. He is one of the all-time good guys in the league. And I'm glad that even though it didn't work out the way he wanted it to in Sacramento, that he was able to impact some of the young guys. And he still had some fun moments. You know what I mean? Like the scoring, him taking over sometimes. It was remarkable. He ends up playing 77 games last year, 77 the year before. Will be interesting to see where he ends up next. Does he go back to Toronto, right? Kawhi's there now. Go back home to Toronto, Miami. He's always associated with the LA teams. Someone's going to pick him up, and it'll be interesting to see what type of role he is in. And for Sacramento now, it's changing a lot of things, right? I don't anticipate Westbrook's coming back. DeMar DeRozan's gone. Devin Carter's gone. We're not even going to mention the other guys like Eubanks and McDermott, or I just mentioned them, so why did I say I'm not going to mention what I just did? Yeah, brain's funny sometimes. But as talented as DeMar was scoring the ball, you had to play a different style with him. And the pace wasn't always consistent. It would get sticky sometimes. This team is going to play with a different type of identity. And who knows what other moves that they can potentially make between now and the season. I still think they need a backup point guard. But I think you're going to see a team stylistically that pushes the pace more, that plays with more ball movement, player movement, and they have some more shooting now. I'm interested to see what it looks like, even if it's going to be tough sometimes when you have a legit point guard with Darius Acuff, who loves pushing the pace, who loves playing in transition, who could set up his teammates, break down a defense. I keep talking about Darius Acuff. It all comes back to Acuff. I'm just really excited about it. Those are my quick thoughts on tonight, day 3 of the California Classic. We'll drop another pod tomorrow. Morgan's going to be in Toronto getting ready for a Valkyries Toronto Tempo game. Get this, by the way. Morgan goes, she's in DC right now. Valkyries won tonight. She's flying to Toronto. Then she's got a game coming up on the 8th. The 9th, she flies to Phoenix for the Phoenix Mercury Indiana Fever game. And then that night, flies to Las Vegas for NBA Summer League. There for a few days. Then I think she flies to Indiana for a Fever Valkyries game. Then goes back to Vegas for NBA Summer League. So this might be the last month of her life. We'll see if we ever see her again. Anyway, let me know what you thought. 3 days of California Classic basketball. I'm sure I missed a couple of things. The last thing. I know I mentioned it last time. No better way to spend my summer, and specifically today, my birthday, than to work the Kings broadcaster in a California Classic. I was with Mark Jones tonight, again, who is just one of my favorites. Great teammate, great person. And I was in a different role as a color analyst the last couple of days, which I knew was going to be kind of a fun challenge. Hell, it's like we talk about Summer League for the players trying new things. Here I am trying a new thing. I haven't worked in that role in like a game broadcast. I analyze stuff on pre and post game, but it's different in real time. And it was just a fun challenge. I really enjoyed it. Are there things that I'm listening back and I'm bugged about? Oh, I could have gone here. I could have got in here more often, or I could have done this. But overall, I feel really good. And it was an interesting experiment for me because typically I do play-by-play, and my brain has like this play-by-play, like, you put the headset on, you're down there, you want to call the action, and I had to turn that off and like turn on like work a different muscle, so to speak. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, I love basketball, man. And as I reflect here, like I usually do during a few times a year, my birthday, Christmas Eve for some reason, New Year's, end of King season. I'm just so grateful that I get to do this in my hometown. And I don't, in a variety of roles, whatever it is, but I'm in Sacramento where I want to be talking about my favorite basketball team that I grew up rooting for. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm just thankful for it. I'm thankful for all you guys supporting. Thanks to everyone who listens to the podcast. Shout out to Sign Lady and her husband who gave me a birthday card today. Amazing people. Anything else I missed? All the birthday love I got today. Thank you. You know, you only turn 28 once. And man, 28 years goes by fast. You know what I mean? You know? What'd you say, Jeb? No, dude, I'm not 38, dude. I'm 28. I don't know why you keep doing that joke, but it goes too far. And we're going to take this out because I don't need the people like, oh, Deuce he's an unk. You know what I mean? Like it's just not, it doesn't feel good. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So yeah, thank you so much for all the birthday love. We appreciate you guys so much. We'll drop another pod and we got a ton of podcast content coming your way as we head to Vegas. I leave for Vegas on July 9th. I'm there through the 14th. We'll see a few Kings games. It'll be a lot of fun. We love you guys so much, but we gots to go. See ya.